Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you guys can win more gunfights in Modern Warfare. So in this game, there's a few different little tips and a few different techniques and just a bunch of tips I have to share with you guys to basically just win more gunfights on this game. So this game is very different to some of the previous Call of Duties that we have played in many different ways. For one, it is a lot slower. For two, the time to kill is a bit slow, and the gun balancing I think is actually pretty decent, but sometimes it can be a bit weird. Sometimes when you die, let's say for example you shoot someone first and they end up killing you a bunch of times. Anyway, before I do get into today's video, I'd like to quickly announce that me and my friend the Givenator are doing a Modern Warfare giveaway. We're going to be giving away one full copy of the game to one of you lucky guys. And also, if you guys actually win the giveaway but you already have the game, we're going to be giving the winner £50 instead. So to enter the giveaway, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and then leave a like on today's video and subscribe to his channel as well. It will be in the link in the description down below. And then once you've done that, there should be a link to a tweet as well. Just go ahead and click that link to the tweet, and that link will basically show all the information that you guys need to know about the giveaway. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into how to basically win more gunfights in this game. So there are a few different techniques and a few different tips I want to talk about, but firstly I'm going to be basically just telling you guys a few little tips that will help you out a lot, and that is to change your sensitivity, change your settings, and also change your classes. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why am I telling you to change your classes? Everyone does that surely, but believe it or not, there is a big amount of people that actually don't even change their classes. They don't bother changing their settings or anything like that, and a lot of the time this will obviously result in them just dying more often because they're not going to be using weapons and classes that is good for them. They're not going to be having like settings that are good for them as well, and it's just gonna like not let them perform as well as they could. So I definitely just recommend you guys, before you hopping into any game at all, just make sure to go ahead and change your settings and change your classes to something that you like. So your sensitivity in your settings is probably the most important thing that you have to look at, and you have to get a good just get a good sensitivity that suits you. Every single player has a different sensitivity that suits them. A lot of people like really slow ones, a lot of people like really high ones and fast ones. So just have a little bit of an experiment, play around with some different sensitivities, and just find a good sensitivity that suits you. To do this, literally just head into a game with a 7/7 sensitivity like halfway, and then once you have played that game, then you guys can decide if it was good or not. If it's too slow, then move it up, or if it's too fast, then move it down a little bit. But having a sensitivity is definitely going to be key to winning more gunfights. Now another little tip I'm going to be talking about is learn how to jump shot and drop shot. Now I've been seeing a lot of people actually drop shotting in this game, and I haven't really seen many people drop shot in a lot of the games lately. So if you guys remember Black Ops 4, you guys would probably never see anyone drop shotting, and that's because you basically couldn't really drop shot, because once you drop shotted on that game, it would actually bring you out of your aim and you wouldn't actually be able to aim in whilst drop shotting, and most of the time it would just result in you dying. So everyone on Black Ops 4, if you guys remember, pretty much everyone just jump shotted. Now on this game you actually can drop shot, but personally drop shotting isn't as useful as jump shotting. So drop shotting is quite good. It's probably harder out of the two because it's kind of slow. That's one of the biggest things I don't like about it. It is quite slow when you're going onto the floor, and sometimes it can mess up your accuracy. So I'm not going to be talking about drop shotting too much, but by all means you guys can learn how to drop shot if you guys really want to, but personally I recommend learning to jump shot. Jump shotting is probably one of the most key little things you guys can do on this game to basically just survive more gunfights and win more gunfights and stuff like that. It's so helpful in so many different ways. So let's say for example you get into a gunfight. Simply just by pressing the jump button, you guys are going to be basically doing something that the enemy aren't going to be expecting, and because of that they're going to not get their shots on target as easy as you probably get their shots on them. So it's going to help you out tremendously in so many different ways. So I definitely recommend you guys just learning to jump shot. Now personally, I actually play claw. If you guys don't know how what claw is, then basically you use your index finger over the buttons, and then you use your middle finger to actually press the trigger. So I'm pretty sure you guys don't know what claw is, but if you guys don't know, then just search claw on Google and it'll come up. But that's how actually I play. I've been playing like this since I was like 11. Now I'm pretty sure it originated from trick shotting, because that's when I actually first started learning it. I first started playing claw when I was about 11, and when I started trick shotting on Black Ops 2. Now when I trick shotted, playing claw was like the move, like everyone did it back then. But over time there's obviously been things such as scuff and stuff like that actually allow you to not have to do it. But personally, I can't exactly afford a scuff because they're literally like £200 just to be able to shoot whilst you jump, when if you guys just learn how to play claw, then you guys will have a free alternative to a scuff until you actually can save up for a scuff or whatever. But claw is definitely extremely helpful to actually play with. Now if you guys want to, I'll actually go ahead and make some kind of claw cam video or like a claw tutorial or something like that if you guys really want me to, because I've been playing like this for ages and it is extremely good. So with claw you can actually shoot and jump and aim in all at the same time. You never have to take any of your fingers off any buttons, so you guys can perform stuff like jump shotting and drop shotting extremely easy. So I definitely recommend you guys just learning how to do something like that, or simply buying a scuff, or looking at some of the controls in settings as well, because in settings there's actually a few different layouts, such as like bumper jumper and stuff like that, and this is when you actually use your bumpers instead of your A button to actually jump, and this is extremely helpful as well. So there are multiple different techniques that you guys can actually go ahead and use to be able to perform these jump shots and drop shots and stuff like that. But personally, I recommend playing claw, but I am a bit biased because I have been playing claw for quite a while now. All of these videos that you actually see about playing claw and how it's bad for you, I don't know if those are true, but personally I don't really think it is, because I've been playing claw literally since I was 11. I am now 19, so that's 8 years of playing claw, and especially from a young age when your bones kind of are more like vulnerable and they shape more after doing something for a long time. A lot of people say you can get arthritis and all of this kind of stuff from playing claw, but honestly I don't really think you can, because I've literally been doing it since I was 11 and I am now 19 and I haven't got a single thing wrong with my hands. So yeah, but that's not, I don't know why I'm rambling on about that, I'm very, very sorry. But yeah, just play claw, buy a scuff or however you guys want to, and you guys are going to be able to jump shot. Jump shot is probably one of the most helpful things in this game. Also, another extremely helpful thing in this game is simply crouching in gunfights. Now this is kind of similar to drop shotting and kind of similar to jump shotting as well, but because it's kind of one of the better ones on this game, because basically in a drop shot you would actually have to hold down the crouch button to eventually get on the floor and be lying down, and that's what a drop shot is. But it's kind of hard to perform drop shots because you have to take a lot of time trying to crouch, and it's just extremely annoying in my opinion. So I literally never ever drop shot in Call of Duty. I used to do it on probably Black Ops 2, but ever since then I've never done it again. But instead of doing that, you guys can simply just press the crouch button once. So it's basically like jump shotting, because all you gotta do to jump is press the A or X button once. But to like crouch shot, I guess you would call it, you guys just have to press the crouch button once. So in a gunfight you guys could be up against a few different people. If you simply just add a little crouch in there and add a little jump in there every now and then, you're gonna throw the enemies off target. They're gonna be like thinking, what the hell is this bunny rabbit doing jumping across the screen, and they're gonna be thrown off and you're gonna be able to just instantly be able to kill them. So yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I just thought I'd talk about jump shotting and drop shotting and stuff like that. A few other little things as well is obviously choose to use guns that you guys like, and kind of learn the recoil patterns in the guns as well. So to learn recoil patterns on guns, it's very simple. All you have to do is use them a lot. Now, using the guns a lot, you're going to be able to learn each recoil pattern, but personally, pretty much every single recoil pattern on the game is basically like up and to the right a little bit, or up and to the left a little bit, or just upwards. So there's not much to learn, but basically just learn how to kind of counter the recoil. So every single time when I actually am in a gunfight, I apply the tiniest, and I mean the tiniest, a little tiny bit of pressure downwards on my analog stick. So when you're aiming in, you guys basically can just apply a little tiny bit of downwards aim to your analog stick, and it's going to help you out tremendously to counter that recoil. I don't really see how people can struggle with controlling recoil, because it's just literally all you have to do is the simplest thing. So with your analog stick that you aim in with, so your right analog stick on pretty much all the controllers, I'm pretty sure, literally when you aim in, just apply a tiny bit of downwards aim on the analog stick, and I mean the tiniest bit. So move the analog stick downwards a tiniest bit, and this will basically counter your recoil by a lot, and I mean it will help out tremendously. So I definitely recommend simply just doing that. Also, if you guys really want to, you guys can go ahead and buy some control freaks to get a better accuracy, because obviously the better accuracy you guys have, the more gunfights you guys will be winning. I do have a video basically all about how to get a better aim, so make sure to go ahead and check that video out on my channel. But one of the biggest tips I have for you guys is to use control freaks. Now, I'm not just saying this because I am sponsored by them, but if you guys are going to buy them, then I'm just going to quickly plug my code. Use code LUKEY, so LUKEY, and you guys will get 10% off your order. But I recommend you guys buying some control freaks. Now, once again, you probably are thinking I'm saying this because I am simply sponsored by them, but that isn't the fact. I have actually been using control freaks ever since I was 11, when I think I first got some control freaks in Call of Duty Ghosts, so I was actually probably about 12, I think, or 13, and I've been using them ever since then. And yeah, I was actually so excited when I got the sponsorship from Control Freak, because I've literally been using them since I was like 12 or 13, and I got the sponsorship at the beginning of Black Ops 4, and it was just amazing to actually get a sponsor from a product that I've been using for years, and it really is helpful. I don't really know how it works, to be honest, but it's magical. Trust me, just use it and give it a go. Now, if you're quite young, I actually kind of struggled with using control freaks at the beginning, because my hands were quite small, so I couldn't actually have my thumb like over the control freak, because it was a bit tall for me. But I probably wouldn't get them if you're that young, because sometimes if your hands are very small, you guys can't actually use them, which is kind of a shame. But if your hands are a good size, then by all means buy some control freaks and actually try them out, and you guys can go ahead and trust me, it'll help out so much. So that has basically been it for today's video. Make sure to leave a comment down below of what tip video you guys want next, and I'll make sure to go ahead and do one, and I will go ahead and make that video as soon as possible. If your comment gets a lot of likes and a lot of people want that video, I will make it as soon as possible. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and hopefully this video did help you out, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.